This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted jumbo trainer Jorge Capetillo here in New York. Jorge, firstly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to be in New York and happy to be here with you again.
I appreciate you giving up some time tonight, Jorge. It is like 10 o'clock and you've just come back from a Knicks game, so I appreciate you not going to bed or enjoying the rest of your evening. How are things going, and how's Azinga feeling ahead of tomorrow night?
Things are going great. We're enjoying so much being here in New York, and Azinga's feeling great. He's in good shape, you know what I mean, and a good spirit. And he understands that tomorrow is the day that he's going to become a world champion.
UK fans will know him more so for his last fight with Martin Ward and him stopping him during that fight. Yeah. So just in between the camp and in between that fight and now, what has Azinga been working on in particular? What should the fans expect to see from him come Saturday, come tomorrow night or tonight when this goes out?
Oh, you know what? They're going to see an Azinga that feels more motivated. After the COVID and all that stuff, I think the last fight given a pump up, and obviously he's in tremendous shape, and just working in his distance and working for Conor and Okawa, or ready for whatever Okawa brings to the table.
For those who aren't familiar with Okawa, what do you know of him? What are you expecting from him tomorrow night for Azinga to have to deal with?
No, you know what, Okawa is a Japanese fighter, very aggressive. They're coming forward. He beat Tevin Farmer, and so we can see this a strong guy. But also, I think that Azinga, the Fusil, is a hard hitter, as we see in the last fight. His last fight has been by knockout. So I think that tomorrow it will be like a chess match. It will be a guy who's going to bring the pressure, and my guy that have to keep the middle distance, keep the jab going, just ready for a great counter punching.
Given from what we've seen from the pair of them so far, then is this a fight which you expect to catch fire? You expect to be entertaining for the fans?
You know what? Hopefully, like I said, I think that Akawa will bring the pressure, and also, I was spoken to Fusil and said, listen, this is the day. You have to leave everything in the ring. Make sure that you don't wait until there's no tomorrow. Whatever he brings, and if he's not bringing the heat, we will bring it to him in a smart way. Using their jab, using your distance, but you got to be very active, and so we don't lose the fight.
Now you have another super featherweight who's recently joined up with you, who's going to moving up in weight, who's actually sat just to the side of us, Miguel Berchelt. Just talk to me about how Miguel has been settling in with you.
Oh, you know what? I'm very happy. I'm very pleased and honored to have Miguel Berchelt, in the gym and in our team, and that we make a good chemistry in each other, and I respect and allow. He's a tremendous fighter with a lot of discipline and work ethic, and to me, to have a fighter that loves to work and has the heart of a Mexican warrior. For me, I feel truly blessed, and then looking forward, man. I'm excited to see his development. We'll be working in some aspect of his defense and footwork, so we can develop, because he's really strong, man. But I know that we can sharpen him up.
We saw that action-packed, that entertaining fight with Oscar Valdez, which he fell short in. So since then, for Miguel, what has he been looking to learn and to kind of move away from going back from that fight?
You know what? The first thing that we spoke together is to moving up to 135. I think that he was a great champion in 130. He makes 6 defenses of the world title. And why coming back when you can move forward and close the cycle and get ready for the new and better things in 135? I mean, as we will see tomorrow Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos, but I'm pretty sure that Teofimo he should be moving up to 140, and we will take it easy as well with a good plan that we have to take patience to adjust again and bring the secureness in him again, and make him feel victorious again and comfortable in the ring again, so we can challenge our world title 135.
As you say, Jorge, you expect to see Teofimo. Everybody expects to see Teofimo move up beyond tomorrow night if he's successful against George Kambosos. That is it's still a very difficult and stacked division with some very talented fighters like Stephen Haney, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Lomachenko, you name it. There's just a pool of talent there. How confident is Miguel that he can become a world champion at lightweight?
No, Miguel is a confident man, and he's confident because he works hard. He's confident because that he has the heart of a lion, and he's confident because he understands that the moving up, and he's a tall man with a long reach. You know what I mean? There's no reason why staying in 130 when you can compete with those men. He's not a small guy; he's a big guy. So I think the 135 will adjust very well for him, and I'm excited, looking forward to compete in the 135 pounds division.
Hi, just looking back, sorry, not looking back, rather just look towards tomorrow's main event fight, Lopez-Kambosos. What do you expect to see tomorrow? We've seen a very kind of heated week between the pair of them, throughout a lot of back and forth between the camps, but what do you expect to see when they are in the ring?
You know what, I expect to see them in the first couple of rounds at Teofimo, like we always see, looking for his range, looking for his distance, make sure that he can land a good shot, and we all know that if he finds a good shot, it can be over. It can be a quick night. On the other hand, I mean, the only thing that Kambosos can do is bring the heat. You know what I mean? But to me, he's like a small guy. He's a small guy. For me, it's a natural like 130 pounder, and I don't see Kambosos to have, with all respect, the power to knock him out, Teofimo Lopez. So. With that said, I believe Teofimo will take care of business shortly.
Now, last time we spoke, Tommy Fury and Jake Paul was just a discussion. It wasn't actually agreed or anything, even many expected it to go ahead. Now it is agreed. We saw a press conference just a couple of days ago held in the UK, but a virtual press conference that is. Just your take now. You'll see Tommy, somebody you've worked closely with for the last couple of years, in the ring with the social media star in Jake Paul.
You know what? I think definitely, I truly believe that Tommy Fury, he will defeat and knock out Jake Paul. There's no way, man. Come on. I mean, I truly believe that Tommy's a real fighter. I truly believe that that he's been preparing, in a responsible way. I know he's working alongside with Tyson and his father right now. And I can understand that he knows that he needs to put in the work and come in the better shape of his life and prove that he's coming from a family of fighters, a traditional family of fighters, of boxers with a big heart. And with that said, I'm looking forward to see the fight, man. And I truly believe Tommy will win by knockout.
You've said it, a lot of people within boxing have said they expect to see Tommy win by knockout. A lot of people also see it as a 50-50 fight just because of Tommy's lack of professional experience and doesn't have an extensive amateur background. But how much pressure is that on Tommy to be successful when, Tyson's joked that he'd have to change Tommy's name if he didn't win. John said that he wouldn't allow him into the house again if he didn't win. The Fury name is achieved so much within boxing. There's a lot of pressure on young shoulders in Tommy's case. What do you make of it?
No, I think Tommy should get it as a motivation. He should be getting like a challenge. You know what I mean? I think life is about challenge, and it takes a man to take those challenges. And I believe that Tommy's taking the challenge because he understands what a challenge is, and I'm happy for him because he stepped up. He raised the hand and said, I'll be the one who will knock you out. And listen, this is a fight. Anything can happen. I mean, Tommy is a big guy. He's a big boy, and he hits hard. I mean, nothing is impossible. We're not saying nothing that's impossible to happen. I think it's just to be in the right mindset and to see Tommy in the best shape of her life and go to perform and forget about what people are saying. And at the end of the day, it's him by himself in the ring and Jake Paul.
You worked with Tommy for the last fight against Anthony Taylor. Going into this one, he's teaming up with Sugar Hill when he comes back out here. But what do you... will you be involved in this camp in some way, shape or form when Tommy travels back out?
Yeah, for sure. I'll be more than happy. To be involved again. I love the Fury family. I respect a lot John. Obviously, I got a lot of love for Tyson, and sure, I love to be involved in the team, and I feel part of the team, and just looking forward, man. Looking forward to see the boys again coming to the States and taking over.
Final one, as you mentioned, Tyson there. We're still waiting to see what will be his next move. Eddie Hearn was adamant we'd see the Dillian Whyte fight ordered and mandated at the WBC convention. That didn't happen. Dillian's got his own arbitration case ongoing with the WBC, so Tyson's kind of waiting to see what happens there, but also looking at any other potential names. Tyson's made it clear he wants AJ or Usyk, and that's pretty much all he has in his mind. But have you spoken with Tyson at all?
I spoke to him, recently, just to say how he's doing, how's Tommy doing, how's we always talk about family and faith and all the stuff. When he's in camp and he's ready to fight. Well, we always talk, strategies or faith. You know what I mean? Encouragement in between. Right now, we just spoke how's everything back home and same with me. You know what I mean? We care a lot for each other, and like he always says, he's ready to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. You know what I mean? But it makes a lot of sense. Hopefully AJ can step to the side, man, and Tyson can fight. For all the belts against Usyk will be a massive fight. Any part of the world, can be here, can be in the UK, you name it. That's a huge fight, and I hope that AJ can rest for a little bit, recover, and let these champions do their job.
Just on AJ, we've seen him, he's travelled out to America, he spoke to a few trainers, Eddie Reynoso, Ronnie Shields, Virgil Hunter, Robert Garcia as well.
Yeah.
I just want to get your thoughts. Do you think it's the right move for him to be talking to new trainers ahead of a Usyk rematch, or do you think he should stay with Rob McCracken, who's guided him through his professional and his amateur career?
No, I think if he needs a new start, a fresh start, why not, man? Sometimes we need that, We need a fresh start. We need to change the airs and clear up the mind and look for different places, different sparring partners, different techniques, different. You know what I mean? He's been worried so much about the science and the footwork and the distance. And don't get me wrong, that's the fundamentals, the base. That's very important. But sometimes you just gotta fight, man. And he's a big guy with big arms and a big, and big hands that he's not taking advantage of it. You know what I mean? I saw him very small against Usyk. He was 240 pounds, a big guy. I didn't see his punch. Why? Because he dropped the weight so much. He should be the one with advantage, coming 258, 260, 262, beat the big man and put your weight advantage and use it. They didn't have to be so worried about get slim and get technical. It's good to be technical. It's good to understand the basics, the fundamental. Of course, that's the fundamental. And the footwork and the basics are very important. But sometimes, man, you just got to fight. You know what I mean?
Final one just before I let you go, Jorge. Just going back to Tyson, we've mentioned the Dillian Whyte situation. What's your take on that? And has Tyson at all spoken as to whether or not he'd entertain with Dillian Whyte?
Oh no, man. Let me tell you this. I think Dillian Whyte. He's a good opponent. He's a decent opponent. He's a guy who can put a good show. Obviously, Tyson is way too high in many aspects. You know what I mean? In physical, technical, and his mindset. You know what I mean? Skills. Now that he can box, that he can brawl. To be honest, I don't see anybody beating Tyson on this era right now. He can retire even undefeated. And like my son, he was telling me the other day, he can conclude with the lineal. With the lineal, if he retires on the video, he can cut that too. And he's crazy, but it's true, man. It's really, really true. I don't see anybody beating Tyson.
I think a lot of people think like that at the minute, Jorge, but we will leave it there, and I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your evening. I appreciate you coming to see me tonight. Good luck tomorrow night, and thank you for speaking to me in Boxing Social.
Always, thank you so much. I always send all love and to all the UK people. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for embracing me so much. So I love you.